that way.
Mm-hmm. It sounds very interesting the way you do it. And do you think also that as bad as people talk about the economy, that ultimately, you know, out of bad, very often there are good things that come of it? If you had had a job that you just continued to do routinely, whether it was selling the real estate or building or whatever, there's probably many things you're involved in now that never would have come to fruition.
Yeah, you know, if I had moved into my 15,000 square foot home with the art gallery down the hall and the museum in the basement, my life would have been terrible. But, you know, how do you move past that? What did you learn? You know, I'm still thinking about it. You know, what did I learn? But I think it's the teaching aspect, because I really didn't do any public speaking before that. You know, as a real estate broker and a developer, yeah, I had a couple of TV spots, but not that many. So I'm learning more to speak, become more of a spokesperson, and I think I'm able to reach more people, particularly with the good word. Our first edition will have 100,000 distribution. We plan on opening up 10 more, so we have, you know, 1 million distribution in Connecticut. That'll be the largest publication, almost tenfold, 10 times over the Hartford Courant.
When people go to the GreenFest, if it's a family and they have children, is there anything special you'd like to tell the audience that children might be interested in?
We have a organization in Danbury. It's Children and Families. It's a nonprofit over on West Street, and they're putting together a program of different events that'll be going on. We also have a company another publication called The Macaroni Kid. It's an online publication, and they're going to be putting stuff together. Mm-hmm. Little craft type stuff, mm-hmm. But you know, the focus of the event is just going to be music, and the nice thing about having 58 bands is that we have all kinds of music, and I really think it's going to be something that will really allow families to bond, because we've got the 9-year-old and the 10-year-old brother that sing Johnny Cash. So you like country? These guys sing Johnny Cash, mm-hmm. and they're amazing. Went to see Bobby Paltoff the other night at the Ridgefield Playhouse. He's playing for us. He's 12 years old. I watched a video of him playing with Buddy Guy. And I'm watching and just amazed that somebody that young had reached a level to play with somebody that experienced. And Buddy is, in the video, he's like putting it all on Bobby, and just, you know, what do you need? How can I help you? Is very inspiring.
Mm-hmm. Sounds very, very interesting. And I noticed in your mock-up of the good word here, it said the music is extremely diversified and original: rock, country, Irish folk, reggae, Western, gospel, punk, indie. Yep. The only thing I don't see here is classical.
You got me. Don't.
It probably wouldn't go so much in a fest.
I think the week before, the Danbury Orchestra will be playing City Center.
Right, they usually open up the concert for the season.
I think they're going to be playing on the roof of the parking garage this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because the stage that we're hoping for
yeah.
will be under construction. So they figured, let's just plan on putting them up there in case we're tight.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So.
Oh, and I'm a member of the music center, but I didn't know that bit of information.
Yeah.
And your car that you thought you would have there is also under construction.
Absolutely. We are still looking for a welder to step forward. We put the call and the call and the call, and this one was going to do it, and that was going to do it, and this was going to do it, and yeah, it hasn't gotten done. So it's kind of tough to drive the car to GreenFest if you didn't weld the engine compartment, because you should really weld the engine compartment before you put the engine in. It's kind of backwards to do it any other way.
Do you think there's any chance that it'll be done by then?
I know there's a chance.
Oh, that's
absolutely.
Good.
Just positive thinking, like positive power, moving forward. It's going to happen.
Uh-huh. So you'd like our whole audience to be giving positive power, saying
positive power, yes.
Get that big blue car out there?
Correct.
And it's still the same old Mustang, or?
It's still the same old
Body.
Mustang, but you know, it's a little prettier now, and the engine's a lot shinier. You know, all new fresh paint, chrome, and you know, it's.
Gee, maybe
It's
I could
looking
get a
good.
new engine for my own body. And you are also a poet?
I am, so to speak. I've been called that. It's, I don't know, bad karma to call yourself. I guess I can call myself a poet. Yes, I am. I was actually rated the #8 amateur poet in the world 4 years ago by Poet.com. I wrote a poem that was kind of inspired by a couple of people that I work with, called Mother and Son, and threw that out there, and I made it through the first. There was like 10,000 applicants, made it through the first round, made it through the second round, which was 1,000 people, and the third round was 100 people, and I got down to #8. So, you know.
Oh, you did
I
very,
got-
very well.
I got published in a book, and they put me on a CD, but I don't get any royalties.
Now, is this the poem that you won with on this?
No, this is a different one that I just wrote that's a little more in tune with the GreenFest concept. Yeah.
Would you like to read that to the audience?
Sure. I have to put my eyes on, but I think they're down here. It's called An Empty Bowl. It's like an empty bowl. You try to fill it, there's always a hole. Bottomless and fathomless, never ending when you fall. It just might be the beginning of it all. It will round the edges and simplify complication, bringing harmony and light, unifying the world into one nation. It's been hidden away from the very first day. Where it comes from, no one knows. A guiding light is all that shows. Work together we must to build faith and trust. If you want the answer, don't know where to begin, just ask yourself and look within. And that kind of sums up the concept for GreenFest. It's, you know, it's all about looking in and finding the answers and working together. It's all about the shiny blue car. Doesn't exist yet, but if we pull together and work together, we can make it a reality.
Yes, in the last program that you just did, that Usha Kumar, the producer of Practical Talk Time, hosted, you were talking about teamwork, right?
Exactly.
Adversity and teamwork. So, any more comments about that, about the adversity and teamwork? Or I know right now, just there seems to be a lot of adversity going on. I'm not talking about you personally, just talking in general about whether it's myself personally or people that I meet. It seems to be a problem now. I don't know what's putting people on edge or.
I guess I've unfortunately lived on edge a good too much of my life, so I'm kind of used to it. We're just a couple of weeks out. There's the mock-up of the playbill. There's no advertisers on there. I hit the streets hard tomorrow. Was supposed to go out today, but it rained on me. This is life. The car's not ready, but we're still a couple of weeks out. And in all honesty, if I really look at the timing and I look at other events that I have done, it's actually perfect timing.
It comes together at the
Because
last
if I
moment.
had this put together 3 months ago and I went to local businesses and said, hey, could you help us? They would look at it and go, it's a great concept. Why don't you call me later? You know, I don't want to, give you any money today. So everything seems to, the excitement builds, and as the excitement builds, the energy builds. And if you want to call it karma, it just all comes together, and the show must go on, just like you and me tonight.
Yes, what they don't know is that we had a different program planned.
Totally different.
Yes.
We're doing pretty good tap dancing here, making
Yes,
up a
I
show
got
in 3
home.
minutes.
I had been out all day. I got home just to change my clothes, and I had your voicemail saying someone had bailed. He wouldn't be here. And I called you and I said, I've got like 5 people in the crew coming, and I'm sure they've already left their home. And they're on the way to the studio.
And
so.
fortunately, you know it's me, and that I really never have a shortage for talking, so We're in
Well,
good
I
shape.
also think it's very good information. It is coming up in 2 weeks for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so people could decide to go on one day. But if they went on, let's say they want to spend the whole weekend, they go Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Each day they would be introduced to different things.
Absolutely.
It would not be
It's
repetitious.
not the same band. If you wait all of 30 minutes, you've got a totally different musician. And there is definitely a difference between country and Western. I learned that doing a radio interview down in Dallas with a Western station. I made the mistake of saying country, and I could almost hear the rocks being thrown through the speakers.
I thought they were synonymous myself.
Absolutely not, and they get a little perturbed.
Well, what is the difference?
You know, my difference, their difference, you know, I hope there's no one out there going to yell at me. Western, to me, sounds like the real old Western style music where it's the pickup truck and the dog type of thing, whereas country has totally evolved, and you know what? It's probably outpaced rock and roll at this point as the national music. If you
More
look
of a
at
pop music
look at the American Music Awards and look at who won, it's country, 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 country. So it's a little more pop, whereas Western to me seems a little more mainstay, a little more of the old-fashioned.
Would that be the twangy music where
Yeah.
it was a sad love story, somebody leaves, not
Correct.
my favorite personally, but
And I hope we're saying that correctly, because you know we don't want to upset them.
well, if people know more about country and Western and the difference, you're welcome to email us at Practical
on.
Talk Time, and maybe you'd like to come on and tell us more about the difference or the similarities. And I'm sure we're not the only ones. I would have thought they were the same.
Yeah, like I said, I made the mistake once, never again.
Very, very interesting.
How much time do we have left?
We have about 1 minute left.
1 minute.
1
I
minute,
have
and we have to
quick,
close.
quick summary of the Good Word as to where we're going with this, and it's a nonprofit publication, multimedia platform, but it says, "Who doesn't love good news?" Featuring the good, green, cost-effective things people do to make our world a better place. We believe there is enough misery in the world, and our minds need a breath of fresh air. The Good Word is here to provide just that. Together we can create a better life for all by understanding that we are all connected by mind, body, spirit, and earth. In addition to the environmental focus, we will provide information on art, literature, music, and most of all, humor. The Good Word is here to put a smile back in your day. The Good Word offers local businesses the ability to target their community and spotlight the good things that they have done to become successful. Spreading the Good Word lifts spirits, increases your business, and simply makes the world a little more pleasant. Done.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you for the uplifting message. And Venus is crossing the sun now, so we'll hope that helps too. Thank you very much for watching Practical Talk Time. Our email is practicaltalktime@yahoo.com for suggestions and questions or whatever. Thank you.